Hi, this is Garrett with Gwitty Reviews, and it is time for a review of the new Faye Webster album, Underdressed at the Symphony. Indie darling Faye Webster is back with a brand new album. She gained prominence back in 2019 with Atlanta Millionaires Club, where her alt-country indie rock sound reached its highest peak in popularity. I, however, didn't get into Faye Webster until her following album, I Know I'm Funny Haha, an album so charming, so relatable, and so sweet on the ears. With Underdressed at the Symphony, she continues in her laid-back, smooth indie rock and old country sound. However, this time around, I'm just not feeling it. This project sounds pretty and has a nice, consistent vibe throughout, but some of the weaknesses I found in I Know I'm Funny are back here, but they're even more glaring. There is a tendency for these songs to fade into the background easily, and while they are all well performed and produced, the music is very sleepy and occasionally kind of boring. There aren't too many bold risks to be found other than a few exceptions, but I'll get to those later. Faye does a good job at conveying melancholic loneliness in her writing, but she tends to underwrite her tracks. Her verses have a lot of empty spaces in them, and her choruses tend to repeat the same phrase over and over again without much variation. Plus, there are a couple of songs that go on for way too long, namely Thinking About You and Lifetime, which, funnily enough, are two of my favorite songs on the album. I know, I'm stupid. Sure, they both drag by the end, but they are beautifully recorded and it makes the long runtimes not feel as bad. I think the title track is the true star of the show. I love the sweeping pace of this song. The repetition of the chorus is done very well, and that flurry of strings after the title drop is pure gold. It's a stunning moment. Now, as I said earlier, while this album does play it safe for the most part, there are a couple of experimental aspects of this project, namely with autotune. Tracks like Feeling Good Today and He Loves Me Yeah incorporated, while the latter even includes synth hits to punctuate certain words. It's a noble attempt, but I don't think the execution is all there, especially with He Loves Me Yeah. That song is just annoying to me, I'm sorry. However, the biggest left turn on this album is Lego Ring, featuring Lil Yachty of all people. And again, I respect the risk taken, but it doesn't really work. Their chemistry is awkward, the structure of the song is sloppy, and Yachty's verse on the back end is so short that it might not be there at all. I don't know. All in all, I think Underdressed at the Symphony is fairly weak. It's certainly not a terrible listen, as it is pretty nice on the ears. Unfortunately, it doesn't do too much to keep me engaged, and by the end, I don't feel very fulfilled. If you want some decent background music or some decent soft indie jams, then you might like this more than me, but sorry, I don't love it. 4 out of 10, closer to a 5 than a 3.